Only 21 has joined. So let us wait for a few minutes because this is our first day of lab. Okay, let us start and let them join later. So only 24 now. So already 9 minutes has already crossed 9 minutes. So first, let me tell you the related software which you have to install at your home. Because what I have seen in apps or maybe online compilation, that may not be so much user friendly. For the software we are following in our lab at HGC, I think that will be much more user friendly and smaller software, very small exe file you have to download from an website. I'll tell you the name of the website. So just install it at your home, and that is Windows based. So Android support is not there for that one. And what I've got apps, so those are not so user friendly. So I suggest you to download the software and install it, and then we may proceed. So let me first tell you the name of the website. I'm writing in the chat box. Follow it. So that is gobrev.com. Just follow it, and you just have to open it, and you will get different versions available. Or you in Google you may search Strawberry Prologue. The name of the software is. Let me write. Okay, so from gobrev.com you have to download Strawberry Prologue, and I have not checked the Linux version, but Windows versions are stable. Sometimes it may hang, so you just simply come out from the application and then again start the apps. So it will not take too much time if it is being hanged at the time of execution of a particular program. Otherwise, no such problem is there with that application. Okay, so just download Strawberry Prologue. Now there are versions up to 5. You may download any lower versions also, 3, 4. That is sufficient for our lab. So in our lab, we are following Strawberry Prologue 2.923, and I think recently they have developed Strawberry Prologue version 4 and 5. I have not tried 4 and 5, so you may try it. Otherwise, 2.92 and 3 is also. Those two versions are also fine, stable one. Okay, so now my question is there anyone who is not having any laptop or PC at your home? Or those who have joined this meeting, maybe joined this meeting using a mobile or tab, but are you having any, is there anyone who is not having any laptop or PC at your home? If then raise your hand, or that is tell me. Otherwise, if silence, that means I will accept that. Okay, all of you are having PC and you will download it. Okay, so just download it. I think you have already searched the website, as well as you may search with Strawberry Prologue in Google also. Then the link will come, and you just download. So after downloading, okay, let me show you. That is what you will get if you have not downloaded yet. Okay. The image is not being shared. No, you just search it, Strawberry Prologue, and search for image. You may get a screenshot or you may get the screenshots in image form. Or let me share my screen. Then I am telling you what are the functionalities there and how you have to execute program, where you have to write the program, how can you compile a program or save a program. Let me share my screen. Right is screenshots. This one. Okay, now the screenshot is visible to you, all of you. And that is of a Strawberry Prolog screen. At least one of you responds. That is, are you getting the screenshot? Are you getting the presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this one is from Strawberry Prolog 3.0. Now look at the menus first. That is File, Edit, Run, Trace, Option, Tools, Windows, and Help. Now I think without going to the menus, what are the options available under the menu bar? The icons available, those are also sufficient for the time being. The first one is for new file creation. Those are very similar to other Windows application. The first page sign. Then second one is to open a program. Third one, that is the sign of the floppy, is to save a program. Okay, and just come to the sign symbol just below the options. That is, someone is running or working. So that one is to run your program. And the sign just after that one, that is a red colored symbol, that is to compile your program. And so these are the very basic operations or functionalities required to execute a program. And at the left hand side, what you are getting, that is the program window, or that is the screen, editing screen where you may write your program. And the right hand side is your output window where the output will be shown. If you have already used, I think at least once you have used Turbo C 4.5. If you have not used Turbo C 4.5, sorry, if you have already used Turbo C 4.5, you may recall that is there are two windows. One was for editing or writing the program, and if you are compiling using Control F9 or any other options from file menu, then from menu bar, then you were getting another screen was being opened showing compilation error, etc. And after compilation, if the no error, no warning was coming, then the output screen was being shown in Turbo C 4.5. But here, so there was three different windows. First window was to write the program as well as edit the program. Then you have to save it. Then if you are compiling it, you are getting another window, that is message window, where compilation errors were being displayed, compilation error or maybe logical errors. And after successful compilation, if we are executing the program, then you are getting a third window to show the output. But here in Strawberry Prolog, the right hand side window, that is where the heading is written output. Okay, so in that area you will get the compilation error, warning, all those things as well as output. So no two separate windows will come for error display or any other message display and output display. Within the single window, you will get all these things. And at the left hand side, whatever window you are getting, that is for writing and editing your program. Okay. Now, if you want to if you want to create a new program or start a new program, then two options you will get, either clicking on the button just below the file menu or going through the file menu. If you are creating a new file, then you will get two options. One is project, that is, are you want to create a project, Prolog project, or a Prolog file. So you have to choose a Prolog file only, because that is sufficient. We don't have to go for projects. So you just choose file. Then whatever options will be displayed, either open or okay, whatever be. Just start with that. So you will get a window, blank window. And initially, after installation of the Strawberry Prolog, when you are opening the Prolog for the first time, you will get a program. That is, you will get a program, a large program, which will automatically be open by default. So that is not your required program. So you just close it, then go for file menu, and then create the new file. Okay, so initially a program will be opened, just cross it, and then open your own program, program window, and then start writing. And the output window will be there as it is. Okay, now, I think no other things are required for the time being to know about this environment or know about the software GUI. So you don't have to remember the comments for compilation, comments for running execution, etc. So you may use GUI here. But if you search any other Prolog version, most of the Prolog version you will get with CUI version. That is a command-based interface are there. You have to remember you have to type the comments. You have to remember the comments. All those things. So here you will get the flexibility of accessing GUI. And so let us start writing a simple program. Now, any question at this moment up to this one? That is the environment. That is how it looks like. Where you have to write the program. How can you execute, compile, all those things. Now, in the meantime, you just, I think it will be better. You just start downloading, or those who have downloaded, just install the application and open it. Then after a preliminary demonstration, that is whatever required, or what are the things, basic things required to know about Prolog, and then I'll tell you to practice some smaller program, 2 or 1 program for today. Then from next day, at full-fledged, we will use the Strawberry Prolog. You will use at your home, and I will use here, or I will instruct you. Actually, I am using a phone, so again there is a limitation with me also. So you will just you just have to take a screenshot of your problem. Then at the time of lab session, if you are getting any difficulties, you just simply take a screenshot of the output error or program. Then I'll tell you what are the errors are there and what to do. No problem with that one. Okay, so just I think it will be better. Let me give you some time to download and install and open it. Then let me start. I think it will be better one. That is when I will write here, either in chat box or maybe on paper. And at the same time, you just start typing at your application, and I'll tell you when to compile, when to execute, how to compile, how to execute. Okay, so start download and just install it. At the time of installing, you will get option, that is whether you want to install Strawberry games or not. That is, at the time of installation, you may install games also. Already they are developed, or you may avoid. So you may skip it. Those options we will get. Otherwise, next. Just go by next. Okay. Then within few minutes, just 1 or 2 minutes, the apps will be installed. Okay, just complete it in the response. So have you done it? So have you completed the installation as well as the downloading and installation? Okay, now let me tell you how to write a program and what are the different types of statements you may write. So basically in Prolog, there are three different type of statement. First one is called your fact statement, FACT. Second one is called your rule statement. And third one is called the query statement or goal statement. Query or goal. So three different categories of statements are there. Now, if there are more than one fact statement, then you may form a fact set. If there are more than one rule statement, then you may form rule set. Similarly for query also. Now, how can you distinguish whether it is fact statement, rule statement, or query statement? You don't have to specify, because the format itself will automatically tell that it's a fact statement, rule statement, or query statement. You don't have to group it under a particular group or block, not like that. But the normal convention is, in your program, you just have to put the fact statement first, then rule statement, then query statement. But you may mix up, you may write query first, then fact, then rule, or query, rule, fact, in any order. But the convention is, you just go by this path, that is, first write down your facts, then rules, then queries. Okay. So now how you may judge that whether it's a fact statement or not. Now, as you have seen in theory session also, so in theory session you have seen that how a predicate may be written. What is actually predicate? Now here we will use the predicate logic as the basic or the fundamental formation when we will write the statements. That is, all the statements will follow the predicate logic or first order predicate logic. Then so let me show you. Now if I am writing now, one more thing to remember: in predicate logic, predicates are written with the predicate names are written with first letter as capital letter, but here the opposite is being followed. That is first letter in small letter. That is, if I am writing a predicate like father, then it must be in small, not capital. Then if I am writing any constant, now here constant may be of different types. Now we have already seen. So let me first tell you about variables and constants. Now variables, if I'm talking about variables, now variables here in predicate logic, you have seen that variables are written in small letter. Here just opposite. That is, variables are written in capital letters. So x is a correct variable, x_1 is a correct variable, and all the variable names are, at least you have to start with a capital letter, not with a number or a small letter. But after that you may use small letter, underscore, or number, or mix up all these things, but no spaces, as you have seen in any other variable naming convention. So that is a correct variable. I may write x, abc, no problem, that is a correct variable. And similarly constants, if we are talking about constants, now constants may be of these type. Like if you're talking about numbers, then we know that this one is the correct number constant. This one is also a correct number constant. So this one is integer, this one is float. Here there is no distinction between integer and float. All are being taken as a numeric constant. No separate distinction. There is, this is integer and float, table, all those things. All are numeric constants. Similarly, here also there are string constants like this one. So I may say ABC, it's a correct string constant. I may say 1.5 within double quote, it's a string constant. So strings are being denoted by double quote. Within double quote, this is numeric constant. And here there is no such separate constant as you have seen in C. That is no such constant like within single quote A, that is character constant. So that is not there. It's not here. Okay. And so there is separate types of constant which is not there. I think you have not seen in any other languages earlier, in Java or C or any other languages. That is called symbolic constant. So that is a new one here. Now symbolic constants look like this. If I'm writing ABC, it's a correct symbolic constant. If I'm writing, say maybe X, then 1, 2, 3, it's a symbolic constant. That is, if I'm writing something, if I'm writing sequence of letters or characters, okay, without using double quote, as well as if it is not fully numbered, then it's a symbolic constant. The symbolic constants are nothing but symbols, so it will be treated as symbols which are meaningful according to your choice. Now let me again come to the example. I'm sorry, again come to the fact example. Now in most of the cases we will use this one, that is symbolic constant. In our program, we will use string constant, we will use numeric constant later, but initially we will use symbolic constant. That means in most of the cases within the argument, now fact itself is telling that fact means some raw values or raw data or information you are going to supply to the clear program. Okay, so if I'm writing further, maybe say Raghav and say Shalil, like this. So Raghav is the father of Salil. If I am saying, now remember all are in small letter, not capital. Here also I have written small, a small, x small. Okay, so symbols are not within, not will be within single quote, double quote, or any other pair of anything, and it will start with small letters. And remember here predicate names also will start with small letter, variables with capital letter. strings within double quote, no distinction between numbers and different types of numbers. Okay, and you will see that at the time of programming, no need to declare any variable types. Okay, if you are using a variable that is capable of taking all these values, that is a variable is capable of taking all this type of numeric constant, say string constant, symbolic constant, anything. So no need to specify whether in which purpose I am going to use this x, whether it will be able to capture only numeric value or more specifically integer value, floating point value, or just string or character. No need to go for that one. So very much flexible, and no need to go for declaration also. For the first time, whenever you are using a variable, so that is its declaration as well as its definition, whatever be. Okay, so you'll see it later. Now, this one is a correct fact. So what I have tried to say that Raghav is the father of Salil, and you must have to end with a full stop. So what I have written, father, everything is small, a small letter. Father, that this is the predicate name. Then first bracket started. First argument, that is the first symbolic constant separated by comma. Second symbolic constant, bracket close, full stop. So that is a fact which is telling that Raghav is the father of Salil. Now if I am writing, say, mother, maybe say Mitali is the father of Salil. So this one is a correct fact. Now when I'm saying correct fact means according to your choice, according to your definition. So Prolog doesn't know what is the meaning of father. Prolog doesn't know what is the meaning of mother, Raghav, Salil, Mitali. And you don't have to tell Prolog that is what is the meaning of it. So that inherent meaning, whatever you know about this Raghav, Salil, father, mother, and all this that is predicate names and the constants, what is the inherent meaning that is meaningful to you, and that will be meaningful to Prolog also at the time of executing your program. So no need to separately define this father, mother. So it may look like functions as we have used in any other programming languages, that father is a function. These are the arguments. Maybe we have to define the function, maybe we have to declare the function, maybe we have to call the function. So declaration, call, definition, so those concepts are not there, not here. Here, most of the cases we are using functional notation, that is the predicate notations, and a fact should be written in that way. And this full stop is indicating the end of the statement. So this one is a fact 1, this one is fact 2. Until it's getting a full stop, it will treat the second line is also continuation of the first line. Just like semicolon was the end of a statement in most of the statement in C. Okay, now how can you write rule statement? Okay, let us go for rule. The rule is the name itself is stating that it will not be simply data or information. Some rules to be written here, such that following that rule, you want to execute something. Okay. Now, what you want to get, that will be written in query. That is what is actual query, what you want to get from the program. That should be written here. And the corresponding rule, applying which your query will be solved, that should be written under rule. And what are the data required, facts required to execute the rules to solve your query, that is the fact. So in that way, the program will run. Now, if I am writing a rule like this, that is maybe I'm writing a rule like child, then x comma y colon dash. Remember, colon dash pair, no spaces are there in between colon and dash. Before colon, after dash, there may be spaces, but no space in between colon and dash. And this colon dash is it indicating it's a rule or a query. So in rule or a query, you will get a colon dash at the middle of the statement. So that is indicating it's a rule or a query. Now, how to distinguish rule and query? I'm coming to that one later. So let me first complete the rule. Now, I may write that further, okay, parent y comma x. That means if x is the child of y, or to become x as child of y, y must be parent of x. Okay, so it's logically true. The implication is, or if you want to write this one in predicate logic, what will be the representation? Let me show that one. So to make a comment within the program, you may use this one. Okay, percentage sign. So what I'm writing a percentage sign, the corresponding predicate representation of this one. This one is the Prolog representation. What I may write, child. I'm writing C in capital.
Sir,
Then X. Picture এখন এর থেকে তো ভালো লাইট কন্ডিশন তো এখানে এবার ঠিক আছে নাকি কাছ থেকে দেখে নাও আচ্ছা আমি এবার এটা দেখে নাও ক্লোজে নিয়ে গিয়ে দেখাচ্ছি তারপরে আবার আমরা কন্টিনিউ করব যেটুকু বলেছি সেটুকু আগে দেখে নাও প্রত্যেকে দেখে নাও কোনো জায়গায় ডাউট থাকলে বলো তারপর আমি আবার এই রুলটা কন্টিনিউ করব দিয়ে আমি শেষে স্ক্রিনশটটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো কোন মানে ফটো তুলে আমি পাঠিয়ে দেবো পুরোটা দেখে নাও ডান দিকে লেখা আছে ভেরিয়েবল কনস্ট্যান্ট বাঁ দিকে লেখা আছে ফ্যাক্ট রুল কোয়ারি তিনটে ধরনের স্টেটমেন্ট হয় আমি দুটো ফ্যাক্ট লিখেছি আর একটা রুল লিখছি রুলটা লেখা হয়ে যাওয়ার পরে আমি রুলের করেসপন্ডিং প্রেডিকেট নোটেশনটা লিখছিলাম এইটুকুতে আপাতত কোনো কনফিউশন আছে কিনা তারপর আমি লেখা স্টার্ট করবো ক্লিয়ার কন্টিনিউ করবো নাকি ওয়েট করবো এটা আমি ছবি পাঠিয়ে দেবো মানে এটা নোট করার দরকার নেই দেখে জাস্ট দেখে বোঝা যাচ্ছে কিনা দেখো আমি ছবিটা তুলে পাঠিয়ে দেবো ওকে তাহলে কন্টিনিউ করছি Now child, so okay, let me focus at the left hand side. Variable is name is not now required. So child now if I'm like so this one is being used to just for commenting a statement. So this will not be executed if I've started writing program from this full location, father, mother, then written a rule. Now this will be a comment statement. So child, then within bracket x. Okay. Comma y parent then y comma x. Okay. Now look at the arrow. Arrow is in reverse direction. So that means what will be derived? Actually, if I'm executing this one, that is if y is the parent of x, then x is the child of y. That is the meaning of this statement. So here also, if x is to be child of y, or if x is to be true with respect to y as child, then definitely y is also parent of x. Any confusion in these two statements? This one is the predicate representation. This one is the Prolog representation. Let's look at these two statements. Any confusion? P and C in capital letter, X and Y are in small letter in predicate. In predicate logic, and in Prolog it's just reverse. Okay, variable names are in capital, and then predicate names, the first letter are in small. And as well as look at the symbol that is the unidirectional arrow towards left is being used in predicate logic, and in Prolog colon dash sphere has been used. Okay, now if I am reversing this one, the first one, then I may also write parent as we normally write, that is the towards right arrow. So y comma x. So no, I think no problem will be there. Now you may put comma full stop or not. Okay, I'm ignoring that one to full stop for the time being. Okay, so parent y comma x is nothing but child x comma y. Now relate these two. This one and this one. That is, if y is the parent of x, then definitely x is if y is the parent of x, then x is child of y. So now which one is being derived from which one? So these are the rules. That means child can be derived from parent, or the child relation. That is, look at the last line. child relation can be derived from parent. The same thing is being written here also. That is just the direction is different. So child is written first, then parent. Now you may go from this one to this one or the last one to this one. The meaning is same. No changes in meaning. That means child capital X capital Y, then colon dash parent capital Y capital X. That is, if Y is the parent of X, I'm talking about this prologue statement. If Y is the parent of X, from this fact, I may derive X as the child of Y. Any difficulties, any doubts? Okay. Now all the statements are clear. Now my question is this rule related to the fact, given fact? Or are you getting any relation between the two facts and the rule? Are you getting any relation in between these two? That is, can it be related? Now you have to think logically, not semantically. Okay, that we know that, okay, if someone is a child of another one, then definitely the second one is a parent of the first one. Not that we know, that you have already written, and that is for any X. If X is to be child of Y, then Y must be parent of X. For any X and any Y. But from that, can you see that Raghav is the father of Salil? That can also be related, and Mitali is the mother of Salil. That can also be related. Okay, let me tell you. So that is not exactly, basically what I have written a rule, and I have written two facts, but those are not related. I must have to write a rule such that that rule can be used to derive or use the facts, or to derive new facts or information using the given facts or information. Basically, I will say given facts, not information. So fact, that means the first two lines are facts. I must have to use those. But to use those, I must have to link somewhere. Because the predicate names in facts, they have used father and mother. In rule, we are using child and parent. Okay, always when a rule try to search a when a rule will be used to solve your query, the rule will first go to find out the fact there at the top of your program. Now, how to search that particular fact? It will first tally with the predicate name itself. Now, here in rule, we are getting two predicate names, child and parent, but in fact, there is no child and parent. So it will never search for the details, that is, the data value is given here. Okay, so I must have to write such a rule such that the facts can be derived. So I may write further or X comma Y, that is, if X is to be father of Y, then X must be parent of Y. Agree or not? If X is father of Y, then X must be parent of Y. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the meaning? That means what I want to derive. I want to derive father from parent, and I want to derive parent from father. Now, this one is the derivation of father from parent. Okay, but here the given fact is father. Okay, so will it be helpful for us? So that's the question. As we are not trying to derive father from parent, rather we want to derive parent from father. Okay, so you must have to write in different way, that is reverse way. So this will not work here. Rather, we may write here, parent X comma Y. Now, to be X as parent of Y, it may be father, but not always true. That is, if X is the parent of Y, this means if X is the parent of Y or X is the parent of Y, X must be father of Y. That is not true. Sometimes X may be mother of Y. Okay, this one is true. That is, if X is the parent of Y, that X is the father of Y, but not always. Are you getting me? It's okay or not? So I may also write this one here in the parent, then X comma Y, then mother X comma Y. You may say that I may write this one. Okay. Now how the query will be executed? Let me first show you what we have written and how the code will be executed and what are the difficulties there. Then I will make it simple and I will show you that what are the approaches we must have to follow. Okay, and what are the approaches we must not follow. So what we have started? We have started with father fact, mother fact. What we have written? We have written child, parent. We have written parent, father, parent, father. These are the relations, or these are the rules. Basically, we have written 3 rules. 1, 2, and then 3. Now let me write a query. Then start executing query. The query always starts with a question mark and dash. Okay. Sorry, I have told you wrongly. That is a query also is having a colon dash pair. Colon dash pair only will be there in a rule. Okay, and query, to identify whether it is query or not, it's always starts with a question mark and dash. And in fact, there will not be any existence of colon dash as well as question mark dash. Okay. So in that way, you may distinguish fact, rule, and query. Now let me write a query. So question mark dash. Then let us start like this one. This one may be a simple query. Further X. So in query also you may put variable. But remember, in fact, there will be no existence of variable. Only facts, only data values. In most of the cases, symbolic constant or symbols here. In rule, we may write variables. In most of the cases, we will write variables, not constant. And in fact, in query, you may mix up variables and constant. You may use only constant. You may use only variables. Let me show you all of them. If I am writing X comma Salil. Now, what will be the answer? Now I am writing write to just print X. Just like printf. That is further X comma Salil. So whenever it is getting further, it will just go to the top of the program. It has got further. Now at the first position there is a variable. Now variable may take any value. So variable is now taking value Raghav and Salil. Okay. The Salil is matching with this Salil. So let me make it small. So this Salil is matching with this Salil. So now X can be Raghav. If X can be Raghav, by telling Salil with Salil, then the answer will be Raghav. Up to this, okay? Any question? I am not going to the rules. Only on facts, depending on the facts, I have written a query. Now this one is okay or not? Now I'm just maximizing the screen view. Just look at the top, whatever you are getting, look at the first line and the last line from the screen. Further Raghav comma Salil, and in query I have written further X comma Salil comma write X. So it will return Raghav. Is there any question at this query? So I have not used any rule. So on facts I may write queries. So let me go to the next one. If I am writing a query, question mark dash further. Okay, I think today we will not be able to execute any program. Let me complete it. From the next day, you will be ready with computer or laptop. Okay, open with Strawberry Prolog, and we will directly go to execute codes. So today, let me complete with this. Okay. Okay. Tell me. বলো
আপনি কি হাতে ধরে ফোনটা ইউজ করছেন?
হাতে ধরে করছেন, এক্স্যাক্টলি।
আপনাকে একটা আইডিয়া দেবো,
বলো না। বলো বলো, অসুবিধা নেই।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, একবার আপনার ভিডিওটা দেখতে পারবেন নাকি দেখুন তো না?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
দেখতে পাচ্ছেন আমাকে?
তোমাকে আচ্ছা দাঁড়াও দাঁড়াও,
সৌমি,
হ্যাঁ বেরোচ্ছি আমি, দাঁড়াও।
আপনি দেখুন, এখানে জিনিস দেখাচ্ছে, আপনি যদি এটা ট্রাই করতে পারেন তাহলে একটু সুবিধা হবে আপনার।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে দেখো।
করতে হবে না তার জন্য। হ্যালো,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আপনি একবার যদি আমার এটা দেখেন, জাস্ট দুটো বই ইউজ করবেন এবং
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে,
এলিভেশন দেবেন।
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঙ্গার মানে বেসিক্যালি আপনার এই হ্যাঙ্গার রাখবেন,
হ্যাঁ
আপনার ফোন
হ্যাঁ,
ক্যামেরাটা অন করবেন, দিয়ে উপরে জাস্ট রেখে দেবেন, ঠিক আছে?
ওকে ওকে,
তাহলে আপনি কি হবে, আপনি উপরে এখানে লিখতে পারবেন আপনার মতন,
হুম হুম,
আপনি লিখতে পারবেন, আর এখান থেকে জাস্ট যা আসবে দেখে আসবে। তাহলে কি আপনাকে এক হাতে ধরতে হবে না।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ অবশ্যই, কাঁপছে, তোমাদের অসুবিধা হচ্ছে দেখতে গিয়ে।
হ্যাঁ, আপনারও তো অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, আপনি এক হাতে ধরে বোঝাচ্ছেন, এটা
আমার অসুবিধা হচ্ছে।
করে ঠিক। তাহলে আপনি একবার এরকম করে যে সুবিধা হচ্ছে, এখানে সেটা তো কোনো বই বা কিছু তো হলেই হবে।
কিছু একটা উঁচু জায়গাতে করে নেওয়া যেতেই পারে, অসুবিধা নেই।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, এবার কোট হ্যাঙ্গার নেবেন, জাস্ট ফোনটা করে রেখে দেবেন, আপনি ফোনটা
হ্যাঁ।
চার্জে বসিয়ে দিতে পারবেন।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ অসুবিধা নেই, কিন্তু সেক্ষেত্রে পেন যখন ইউজ করছি ঠিক আছে, একটু হাইটটা উঁচু করে নিতে হবে, হাইটটা বাড়িয়ে
আপনি
নিতে হবে।
সেহেতু আপনাদের সাথে আইডিয়া দিলাম যে এরকম করে সুবিধা হয়।
পেপার ওয়ার্ক, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, এটা ভালো, বিশেষ করে আমার বা তোমাদের দুজনের ক্ষেত্রে আমাকেও হোল্ড করে রাখতে হচ্ছে, তোমাদেরও যখন তখন দেখতে সুবিধা হচ্ছে।
আপনার অডিও পাচ্ছে, আপনি এক হাতে ধরে আছেন না, এটা অনেক
ডেফিনেটলি অনেক। ঠিক আছে, নেক্সট ডে থেকে ট্রাই করবো, আজকে এটা দিয়ে কমপ্লিট করি।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ওকে স্যার, আমি এটা বলার জন্য আপনাকে দিলাম।
অবশ্যই অবশ্যই, যা কিছু, আরে আমরা প্রত্যেকের কাছ থেকে সবসময় শেখার আছে, কোনো অসুবিধা কিছু নেই, যাবতীয় যা কিছু কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, ওপেন বলবে, ঠিক আছে, ট্রাই করবো, অসুবিধা নেই। ঠিক আছে, আজকে এটা দিয়ে কমপ্লিট করি, অল্প সময় রয়েছে, ঠিক আছে, আমি তাহলে আবার ফিরে যাচ্ছি। এক মিনিট, কোথায় গেল? হ্যাঁ, যেটা বলছিলাম যে, ওকে, let me show you another example further. Then capital X comma capital Y, I am taking both are variables and I am writing both. Write X, two variables cannot be printed using same write, you must have to write two times, write the write statement two times, write, not statement, write predicate, you may say write predicate, these are the predefined predicates, write to print a particular variable value. Okay, now if I'm writing this on, then it will show you all the pairs, that is X, for these X, what it will get first Raghav. So further, the predicate name further is matching here, then it will get X, that is X may be unified, here unification term is being used, unification is not exactly matching, I will focus on unification later. Just for the time being, remember that unification is nothing but like the process or a process like whether X can be Raghav or to be X as Raghav, what are the changes required in the other parameter. That means to be X Raghav, definitely Y must be Shalil to unify the predicate fact itself, predicate further itself. That is to unify these further with these further, all the variable values must be unified with the corresponding positional constant values, Raghav and Salil. Now here both are constant, so X may be unified with Raghav, that is X may take the value of Raghav, X may take the value Raghav, as well as Y may take the value Salil. So the output will be Raghav and Salil, both. Okay, now if there is another fact, for the maybe and for the time is limited, I am writing A comma B. So it will show AB as well as Raghav and Salil. Okay, both the answers you will get. Okay, I think focusing problem. Okay, what I have written, I have added another fact, that is further A comma B. So after executing this query, all X and Y values for those further predicates can be satisfied will be displayed with write X and write Y. Now let me take another example. Further, maybe first one is a constant, maybe Raghav, I am taking Raghav, and second one is the variable, and I am trying to print the second value, write Y. Okay, Now what will be the output, or how the query will be exactly executed? Again, I am telling you further, Raghav y, write y. So y values will be printed where Raghav is the first constant. So it will first try with this further will be tallied with this further. Then further it's matching. Then Raghav is not equal to A, or Raghav cannot be unified with A. So it will simply come out. It will not unify Y with B. Because Raghav is not matching, or Raghav cannot be unified with A, both are constant. So it will simply come out and it will tally with this one. That is this further fact. So this further will be unified, can be unified with this one. Raghav can be unified with Raghav. So Y may also be unified with Sulil. Since Y is a variable, so it may vary. So it may take any values. So Sulil can be inputted in with Y, or can be unified with Y. Now Y gets the value Sulil. Actually, unification works in a way that is Y is taking the value Sulil. That is not right. Actually, to be Y as Sulil, or to be same as the second positional value with this predicate and this predicate, Y must be Sulil. So Y is now Sulil. That is, to be this positional value as Sulil, Y must be Sulil. So now Y is Sulil, and Y Sulil will be printed. So in that way, it executes. The unification works. Okay. So now all these three queries are clear based on the facts. Now let me come to the rule. So we have written three queries of three different types. Similarly, okay, I have forgotten to mention, I have forgotten to show a query where both are constant. That is also possible. Sorry. Further, maybe C, D, maybe both are constant. Now what it will return? It will not return any value. It will simply return true or false. That is, whether there is any further fact where first argument is C and second argument is D. Or I may say that is there any fact where C is the further of D. So it will simply search this further with this. It will simply unify this further with this further. Now A is not C cannot be unified with A. This A, C cannot be unified with A. D cannot be unified with B. So this will not work. Then it will go to the second further. Then again, same thing, C cannot be unified with Raghav, D cannot be unified with Salil. There is no other fact where predicate name is further. So it will simply return fail. Okay. Otherwise it will return. So it normally returns with no or yes. So it will return no. And if I have written A, comma B, so it will return yes. If it is getting any matching, or if unifiable, then it will return yes. If it is not unifiable, somewhere it is stuck and failing, so it will return with no. Now let us come to the query. Let us come to the rule. So I have written child x comma y, parent yx. That is not matching with this one. These are also not directly matching with this one. But for the time being, let me concentrate on these two rules. These two. Parent x comma y, that is, to be x as parent of y, x may be father of y, or x may be mother of y. Now if I am executing a query like this one, parent, I am executing a query on rule, parent x comma maybe Shalil. Then what may be the answer? And then write x. So it will first tally with first parent occurrence, where parent fact is, sorry, not parent, parent predicate is there. It may be fact, it may be rule. So now here it is getting a fact. So it's getting a rule, parent. Okay. Now this parent is not being derived. This parent is at the left hand side, sorry, right hand side of the rule. So this will not be taken. So where at the left hand side parent is there, because I am executing parent, or I am writing a query on parent. So here, this one is the first occurrence of parent, where parent is being derived from some other predicate, whether it may be fact or it may be another rule also. So a rule may be derived from another rule. Here I have not shown that one. I have shown only a rule where a fact is a predicate is being derived from a given fact. Now, so parent x comma Sulil. So x may be unified with x, these x. Now remember, these x and these x are different. At each and every line, whatever variables you are using, all are different. these x, these x, all three x's are different. Here you may use x1, x2, x3, m, n, o, no problem. Okay, the scope of a variable in a statement is limited within that particular variable only. Sorry, within that particular statement only. Okay, so each and every variable occurrence is local to that particular statement. When it is getting a full stop at the end, so the scope of the variable gone. That next statement, same variable names with new values, no problem. Okay, so this x is different. Now, this x will be unified with this x, that can be unified. Sholil can be unified with y, no problem. Now it will go to further. That means to derive this one, to get these x, what is being unified? Sholil is being unified with x. Now that is if y is Sholil, so this one is also Sholil. Just look at this one carefully. I have started with this one. Parent is matching with this one. Then x Sholil. So x can be unified with this x. Sholil can be unified with y. Now, if this unification succeeds, then it may go to this location. That is from where it can be derived. So it is being derived from further. So it will go to further. Now, this x, this y. Now, is there any further fact or rule anywhere in my program where this one is Sholil? Now, there is an occurrence here. This one is Sholil. So, x may be unified with Raghav. If x may be unified with Raghav, so these x is coming here. This one and this one is same. So now this Raghav is coming here, so you will get Raghav. Any question? Otherwise, we have to stop for today because time is already over. Okay. Now I will show you, actually next day I will show you how to write a program. So this was not a structured approach. I have tried to show you some facts, some rules, some queries, but not actually the way you have to follow. This is not the way of writing a program. Just I have tried to show you that what actually how fact looks like, how rule looks like, how query looks like, how query can be written. What are the different types of queries possible? So yesterday I will take the same. Sorry, next day I'll take the same examples, but much better way of representation or much better way of construction of the program, such that so we'll follow generalization, specialization, all those concepts, such that you have to write. You may minimize the code, but you may maximize the throughput. Okay. That is one particular operation maybe, so one solution may be obtained by applying 4th step, one solution may be obtained, solution may be obtained by applying 14th step also. So we'll definitely prefer applying 4th step, and which will be relatively less complex. So that we will see in the next day. Okay, but for today, is it clear? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, then you may ask. Otherwise, you may leave. Any query? Or you may leave one by one. I'll take this picture and send you. বলো কারো কোনো কোয়েরি থাকলে যে কোনো জায়গায় বোঝা যায়নি বা